Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nafula. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend that you subscribe. But if you've already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching my videos. Hello and welcome. So today we'll be doing an application, a complete application from start to finish. So for those people who are still waiting for this video to apply, I'm gonna do it like, it's gonna be really short. If you want the other explanation, is gonna be in the other video. Otherwise, this one is gonna be just no explanation, application from start to finish. So with this video, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just place an application as a principal applicant, and then I'm gonna say like I'm married with 2 kids, and I'm just gonna use the pictures on my screen right now because they meet requirements. So I'm just gonna place an application, but I'm not gonna submit it. So we'll just go to the DV lottery and find the application, and then we'll pull it up. And then, like I said, I'm just gonna use made-up names, and we'll just apply real quick. So you just gonna go to whatever browser that you use. If you use a browser that doesn't work, you can, like if you're having problems with one browser or one search engine, just use another one. So I'm just gonna use Safari because I had issues with Google Chrome. So we're just gonna begin the entry. You have to type these letters and numbers to show that you're a human and not a robot. And then press submit. It brings you to the application. So we're gonna start the application. I'm just gonna use made up names. You can complete in capital or small letters. I can do capital. We'll just say last name. So you're just gonna say last name Koech. First name is Emily. And then middle name is Jerry. And then Emily is a female, and then was born. You start with the month. We'll just make up month. You can say 01 in January, maybe January 17th. And then the year, you can just say 1990. So 1/17/1990, we're gonna say Jerry was born in Nairobi. And then country where Jerry was born is gonna be Kenya. So you're gonna go all the way to K, find Kenya. Jerry was born in Kenya. And then country where she's claiming eligibility. She's claiming eligibility from the country where she was born. So we're gonna say yes. And then this one, it does not let you put anything there. And then it asks you for the photograph. So you choose photograph from Jerry. We know we put it in our desktop. So this is Jerry, and then we're gonna upload. And that's Jerry. So you see, so this is how the application should look. You see, your first name, middle, last name is a female. Month is January 17th, 1990 for the birthday. And then was born in Nairobi, which is a known city. And then born in Kenya, claiming eligibility from Kenya. And then this is the picture. So you can see your picture here. Okay, so let's go to the mailing address. We'll assume that, Jerry is getting her mail through an SDA church. I'm just gonna assume any address there. So we'll just say in care of SDA Church, Nairobi. And then address 1, we're gonna say the SDA has a PO box, so you can say PO box, and then you can just make up numbers. So that's the PO box. And then address 2, because it's not an apartment, we'll just leave that blank. And then the city is gonna be Nairobi. The province is still gonna be Nairobi. And then the postal code for Nairobi is 00100. If you whatever you're applying, there's no postal code, you just say no postal code, but then Nairobi 00100. And then select the country. Again, Nairobi is in Kenya, so you're gonna go all the way to K. And then that's how you complete a mailing address. So if this was Jerry's mailing address, you will not put this SDA. I'm putting SDA because Jerry doesn't have a post office. and then he's gonna use the church or a school or your friend. So you just put the care of here, PO box here, and then the city. This one you can leave it blank unless you have an apartment number or a building number. That goes in line 2, but because it's a post office box, then we just leave that blank. Okay, and then the country where you live today. So the country where you live today, maybe Jerry lives in Uganda. So, or maybe Jerry lives in whatever country that they live at. But then if they live in Kenya, they'll put Kenya. If you live in another country, you're gonna put the country where you live. So let's assume that Jerry lives in Uganda, and then you're gonna put Uganda. And then the phone number, you'll have to put Uganda's phone number. Or if you're using the Kenyan phone number, which we're gonna do, you're gonna put the Kenyan phone number. So you'll just say plus. For the phone number, you're just gonna say plus 254, which is the country code 722. Let's assume that's the phone number. This is just a made up phone number. So Jerry lives in Uganda, but then uses a Kenyan phone number. So that's the phone number. And then you can put an email address, which we can just guess. Maybe the email address is jerryk@gmail.com. And then you confirm again, jerryk@gmail. So both these ones need to match. What is the highest level of education you have achieved as of today? Let's assume that Jerry just finished high school. You know, if you are doubting, like if you have a degree or whatever, but you are doubting, like you're not sure what to put, always select high school because it's very easy to prove at the embassy. So high school degree. Okay, what's your marital status? So because you're gonna say that, you know, Jerry is married and then is married with 2 kids, so we're gonna enter that information. So Jerry is married, but then the spouse is not a US citizen. And then here the number of children. So if you don't have any children, you put 0, because if you put 0 here, when you continue, it's not gonna put the other, you know, the other places, like, you know, it's not gonna open the tabs that let you put the number of children. So now we're gonna say, I will just say we have 1 kid, so that way it's easier, so we finish the application quicker. If you put 2, then we'll have to do 2. So we'll just say number of children 1. And then you're gonna click continue. So let's just review the application. Koech Emmeline Jerry is a female, born January 17th, 1990. It was born in Nairobi City, which is in Kenya. Eligibility is based on the country where she was born. So she said yes, and then she put her picture here. And then because she doesn't have a post office, she used the SDA Church Nairobi, PO Box, and then Nairobi is the city, and then the district province is Nairobi. The zip code of Nairobi is 00100, and then the country is Kenya, and then the country where she lives today, she lives in Uganda, but then she uses a Kenyan phone number. And then this is her email address, and then high school degree. That's where the highest level of education, she just went to high school, so she selected high school degree. And then Jerry is married, but then the husband is not a US citizen, so she's gonna be applying together with the husband, and then they have 1 child. So click continue. And then you see part 2, if I put 2 children, it will select, like, you'll see it will, where you come here, down here, where the child is, it will have 2 spots. But then because I selected 1, it's just gonna let me put information about the 1 child. So the spouse name. So let's assume the spouse name 2 is, last name is Koech, and then the first name is Ben, is Wekesa maybe. So Koech Ben Wekesa, and then the month of birth, maybe he was born in March, and then the day 29th, and then the year 1987 maybe. And then he's a male, and then birth city where he was born. So you can see it says do not enter district, country, province or state, so we can say he was born maybe in Mombasa because it's a known city, so Mombasa. And then country where your spouse was born. Mombasa is in Kenya, so we're gonna go ahead and select, and then the spouse photograph. So we're gonna choose from any of this. So we'll assume that this one here is Ben. So upload. So you see, so here Koech Ben Wekesa was born March 29th, 87. He's a male, born in the city Mombasa in Kenya, and then the picture is right here. Okay, so number one, we have a child. Like, remember, if I put 5 children, so I'll have to enter 5 boxes. But then because only one child, then we're just gonna enter the one child. For example, your child, maybe you gave birth with somebody else, so the last name is different. So you gave birth with somebody else, so you're gonna say maybe your child's name is Mwangi, and then the first name we're gonna say is Chris, and then the middle name we're gonna say Wekesa. The birthday, maybe your child was born in August, and then August 29th, and then in 2012. And then your child is a male, and then maybe your child was not born in a city, so maybe your child was born in Bungoma. So what we're gonna say, your child was born birth city unknown, because Bungoma is not a city. And then in Kenya, you're gonna say your child was born in Kenya, and then you can enter your child's photograph. So you can see here we have your spouse's name right here, and then date of birth, male, and then the city, and then the country where they were born, and their picture. And then here you have a boy who Koech is not, like Ben is not the father, so the father is somebody different. So they have last name Mwangi. I spelled it wrong. So Mwangi is gonna be the last name, Chris Wekesa, and then you're gonna put the birthday, male, born in Bungoma, which is not a city unknown, Kenya, and then you put the photograph, and then you're gonna click continue. And then once you click continue, then it brings you to this page here. So this page here is just a summary of whatever you applied, so you can confirm. So with this page here, I just encourage people to just double check, make sure all the information that you've entered is correct. So the first part is your name, Koech Emily Jerry. Just make sure first name, middle name, you double check that you're female, and then your date of birth, city of birth, you double check. Address, double check the address, and then the country where you live today, phone number, also your email, you have to double check. And then, after you double check all this, make sure, like, with your spouse, you double check. And then after you double check all that, then you can say submit. You can click submit. But then because I don't want to submit, because I don't want to, apply for the green card lottery, but then, like, if you wanted to apply for the green card lottery, then you click submit. And then once you submit, make sure you get a confirmation number. Thanks for watching.